Hey guys, what's going on? Still TLR for life here, and sorry it's been a while since I've done a video, but I've been in the process of, well, really busy at work and actually moving, so I'm just about done with all that. I do apologize for the long delay in videos. So what this is going to be is just an update and a race recap from last weekend. As you can see here, I'm right in the middle of cleaning the buggy. I have the front end all done. Cleaned it, inspected it. I haven't found anything with the front or center portion of the vehicle. Nothing was bent, broken, damaged, anything like that. There was a mishap with the truggy. I'll get to that in a minute. This is my rear section that is still dirty. I'm going to start cleaning this after I'm done with this video here. And what I'm doing is preparing for this weekend. I'm leaving Friday for Central Michigan, and I'll be racing there. So I'll have another race recap for you guys, possibly on Sunday or Monday, just depending on, I got a few family things going on this weekend, so after my racing, so it's going to be maybe a minute before I get a video, but I promise it won't be as long of a span as it has been with this one. So anyway, yeah, the buggy looks good. I highly doubt that there's anything wrong with the rear end either. So we'll just see when that comes apart. Now with the truggy, I have it put away right now, so I don't have it down, but I can explain to you what happened. In practice on Saturday, I was on my first tank of fuel, and there was a lot of people on the track practicing, and I was coming up to a jump with probably 3 or 4 different cars and an electric buggy. When I jumped through the triple, caught the wing of my truck, and just had a bad landing and pretty much wiped out the whole left front side. It bent the hinge pin, broke the left front control arm, bent an axle, broke off the shock standoff, and also the shock eyelet for the end of the shock also kind of broke off. Thankfully, the shock shaft was good, so I wasn't have to search that down. Thankfully, my buddy had a bunch of sets of 3.0 truggy arms, which actually saved my butt for the day. I had a spare hinge pin. I just used one from a 2.0, which they're the same. It's just a different coating. A straight one, I put that in there. I was actually able to bend back my axle perfectly straight. Neither one of my buddies could actually believe it, but when you roll the tire, you don't even see any hop in the axle. It wasn't bent too bad, but it was enough to cause some issues, but I was able to just kind of bend it and tweak it right back into place, and that saved me on that. I had a spare standoff and, like I said, the spare hinge pin, so no harm done. I sat out one qualifier because my buddy that had the arms was running late, so I ended up sitting out one qualifier in truggy, but I was able to kind of gain some ground. I had a rough start with qualifying, with traffic and just getting comfortable, and it's kind of a hectic day after that crash, so I was scrambling and my mind wasn't perfectly set for the race. So I started in 10th in truggy in the A main and worked my way all the way up to 6th. Dakota Fenn was there, but actually I beat Dakota Fenn. The only reason being is because his truggy had broke a spindle. So couple unheard of things. Nobody said they seen a truggy that bad with breakage on mine, and it was a first to break a spindle or a carrier or something on Dakota's truggy. So that's the only reason why I beat him. Other than that, I think he was like 10,000 laps ahead of everybody in the first 5 minutes just because he's so fast. As far as buggy goes, I only made the B main, and oh yeah, I did have a mishap with the buggy, but it was actually operator error or builder error, if you will. Okay, I think I qualified 2nd for the B main. I just had, like I said, with all the scrambling going on, I just had some rough starts. Anyway, in the buggy race, in the B main, it was a 15-minute race, and the first 5 minutes, I was in the lead. I was, I think, 12 seconds up, looking for the bump up to the A main. So I'm 12 seconds up on everybody, and then all of a sudden I thought my receiver pack was going dead, because that's what it was acting like when I was steering, and I'm like, that's weird. This thing only has 3 runs on it, and it's a LiPo pack. It should last forever. Never had this issue before. So all those thoughts are going through my head, and then all of a sudden I pulled it into the pits because I just couldn't steer anymore. What had happened is my servo saver actually backed off on me. Those are the ones I tell you guys to Loctite. So what I think happened is my Loctite is pretty old, the blue stuff that I like to use. It may have not set up properly just because of age, so I threw that in the garbage, and I actually put a ton of red on there because I don't want this thing ever to back off again. I don't care if I have to cut it or break it to get it apart. I just don't want it to ever come off again, so I gooped the Loctite on there, cranked it back down, and that should be good. But by the time I got it all apart and fixed, there was only like 3 minutes left of the race. By that time, I was so many laps down, it wasn't even worth going back in. So I just concentrated on the truggy and actually did pretty well on truggy. I missed the top 5 in this is called the Saturday Night Shootout Series, and the top 5 get awards. I missed it by a half a lap. Not even a half a lap. Like 12 seconds or something behind 5th place. I just couldn't catch them. A lot of fast guys in that main. So it was pretty cool. That was a 20-minute race in truggy, and like I said, 6th place overall isn't bad considering I started in 10th. So I guess that's about it for my update, guys. Again, if you have any questions or comments, just shout me out in the comments below, and I appreciate you guys for watching. And there still will be more to come, of course. Like I said, I won't be so long with an update next time. The moving process is done. I'm doing much better now, so we'll be good. The keep off 7 port. Oh yeah, that is the other thing. The keep off 7 port. I was saying how that had this is the 4 port, but I was saying how that thing had the mid-speed needle or spray bar, or whatever you want to call it. That thing was so far out of adjustment. I think I had to back it out a full turn for it to get it to run the way I wanted it to. Still giving me kind of like headaches, I guess. I just didn't like the way the engine ran, so what I did is put the P5 carburetor on, which is, they're all the same size carburetors. They fit the inserts just fine, and it's a 2-needle carb, which I prefer, so that's what I did. Engine never ran better. The engine, after that whole gallon of break-in, it was still tight, and the temperatures were up. They were just starting to drop as I was running in this race, so it's just going to take a little bit of time. I still have to run it a little on the fat side, just until I feel that it's completely broken in. This Keep Off 4 is on its 2nd gallon now, and it still actually has metal pinch to it. So this engine is running really strong. I love it. Keep Off 7, once it comes into its own, I wasn't really satisfied with it at first. I think if I just a little more patient, it will kind of come into its own eventually. So I'm just going to have to be patient, run it with that 2-needle carb. So if you guys ever do get a Keep Off 7 port or any Nova Rossi engine that you are a fan of and it has 3 needles on it, if you don't have one to back up and put on there, I strongly suggest just order one for a P5 and put it on there. It's going to be so much better. So anyways, guys, again, thanks for watching, and sorry again that it was so long for a update, but sometimes priorities come first and then toys come later. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon with another update and race recap after this weekend. Thanks again, guys. Talk to you later.